Ahoy, ahoy, I'm B-Side Berto, and welcome to another episode of Fox Pines on Settlement Survival, a strategy city builder game by Glimmer Studio. These episodes of Fox Pines are a series of screenshots. Start off this episode with the spring event happening. I got a bunch of items, including 100 fireworks, 100 rice cakes, 100 dumplings, and 100 susu wines. I also have a Happy New Year event, and I picked new clothes, and from that I got 300 gowns from it. I saw some lanterns floating down the river, and I clicked on it. I decided to collect the paper notes with riddles, and I got one paper note, which I'm not exactly sure what that does. And then from fall to winter, we have a traveling merchant, and was only able to sell a couple flour for a couple hundred coins. I put down another winery to make tequila, and then we have agave growing. It does use glass bottles. I have some in inventory, but I'm not creating any, so I have to keep track of how often it gets used here. This episode's first technology point goes to legal education. With unlocking it, you get 500 edict points extra and the ability to put down little small buildings that also increase the edict points. And now that I have extra edict points, I choose the edict of grafting skills. The ripening time of fruits decreases by 50%. I sent a trade caravan out to Meow for gears and building kits. The new building that has unlocked the Office of Edicts, I put down 3 of them, one in each city center, and they are now beginning to get finished. Each one starts off with 2 workers and has 800 edict points associated with it. And I should be able to increase that by adding another worker. And I placed these buildings in a way that I kind of made up a little storage for them. This first one here, this office building is going to be acting as my little port authority because it's right next to the dock with a storage yard, not that far from the trading post, and across the street from the coffee orchards, which is my main trade export at the moment. A merchant ship docks, and it has 3 blueprints available at 2,000 apiece. I trade a random set of items, including some silver coins, to get all 3. My other officer edict buildings are now being finished. For this one, I'm choosing it as it's going to regulate the cactuses and the buildings that Cactus Workshops. My third officer edict building that just got finished is in the 3rd city center. I'm building it in a courtyard area that's being built with senior housings all around it. And now that those 3 buildings are finished, and each one was given 800 edict points, I have a plethora to use. So first wave, I chose booming marketplace, bodybuilding, reasonable space planning, and neat and tidy. Booming marketplace increases the marketplace affected range by 20%. Bodybuilding decreases the disease risk of the citizens. Reasonable space planning increases the storage yards and warehouses by 30%. Neat and tidy increases the latrine effect. I misunderstood what booming marketplace meant, and I'll show you later on what it actually does. And I had some points left, so I got a bunch of cheap ones, including Visit Again, fodder reserves, fertilizer reserves, and salt production techniques. Visit Again is a tourist thing, and I do not have any tourists here. This is just if I do it down the road, there's an extra access point earned by it. The one I really liked most was salt production, which increases the salt output from the salt works. Trade caravan came back, and I got my first reputation level with Meow, which gives me bamboo seeds, which I can use to make baskets and paper. I sent another trade caravan out, and I'm now going to Lorenzo to get his first tier reputation, and I'm getting gears and glass bottles. More lanterns can float down the river. I click on them again, and I choose the other one to try to solve the lantern riddles. And from that, I get 99 glue puddings. Here's a shot of the lanterns coming down the river. I had an event happen called Caravan Story. Members of the caravan told of their wonderful experience they have in their run-in soda had overproduction. I have never seen this before, so I was curious to see how it's going to pan out. So when I clicked confirm, I got 149 milk from it. That's pretty cool. I send another trade caravan back out to Lorenzo, this time all for building kits. I'm stocking up on building kits for another senior housing soon. Another technology point for Fox Pines, and I choose the barbecue for the barbecue house. And this was when I was talking about the marketplace from the edict point earlier that I misread the thing. I thought I was referring to the workers and how they distribute the inventory, the range of that. I didn't expect the actual range of the housing circle to increase. So now all my city centers have the opportunity for more housing, which is good, but it's something I didn't really think of and didn't plan for. The Morgan neighborhood next door, how it expanded. Now I got to decide, I don't know if I want to build houses closer to the industrial area. I'm probably going to build on the top and maybe towards the farms. And that's where we're going to leave this episode of Fox Pines off. We'll take a quick look around a few areas and see what we did. Going south, we built another winery making tequila. We finished tier 1 with Meow and now going for tier 1 to Lorenzo for our trade. And if you look all the way left, you can see I used one of the blueprints as the courtyard area for my graveyards. Going east toward the industrial area, I didn't pay attention and my coal mine completely ran out and it was exhausted. So I built an open mine and switched it to coal. Going up towards the Morgan neighborhood, I have to decide where I'm going to build houses completely in a circle or partially. I didn't plan for these cactus workshops to be interfered with. So now I have to decide if I want to move them over to build more houses there or just build around. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next episode where we build more houses in these circles, add another senior housing, and see what we can do with Fox Pines. Take care and have a good one.